on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen. Make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart, no barging in from the...
If you know me, you know I love to eat, but I also appreciate the importance of exercising and taking care of the only body we have. So today we're at SOBO Strength and Performance, and these guys have so much to offer. So let's go inside and meet the owner. As a busy mom, realtor, and someone who just likes to have fun, I am always on the go around Baltimore. Whether you're new to the area or you've been here your whole life, I want to show you my favorite places to eat, play, and live around 21230. I'm Alison Hudler with Cummings & Company Realtors, and this is the 21230 Show. Hey, today we're at SOBO Strength and Performance with the owner, James. James, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited to learn more about you and the gym. So for those who haven't been here before, tell us a little bit of background on you.
We're a personal training studio. We do one-on-one, small group, and large classes. We train all ages. We have people in their late 80s, and we have kids that are 6, 7 years old. Yeah. We primarily focus on personal training. As I said before, we don't really do a lot of boot camp style training or anything like that. A lot of what we do is working with physical therapists in the area to help continue people's progressions through their exercise and their recovery through injuries or just having better quality of life.
That's awesome. And how did you get started in personal training and this whole world?
I guess I probably got started when I was in high school. I fell in love with exercise because I wasn't the best athlete in the world.
Interesting.
And I quickly realized that if I got bigger and stronger, I could become a better athlete without actually becoming a better athlete. So, yeah, I got really into exercise and I started training my friends. I ended up getting recruited to play football at Salisbury University. Went there to play, and I started an exercise science major there. Cool. Football thing didn't work out, so I started playing rugby. Yeah. And I played rugby for 14 years. The whole time I was doing that, I was also working as a personal trainer at a downtown gym in Maryland, in Federal Hill, the Maryland Athletic Clubs. When COVID happened, and then the world shut down and everything shut down, I continued working with my clients, outside and doing as much as I can to keep them active. Sure. And I started talking to some of the other trainers about trying to get our own thing going. And that was the kind of, it was the day that we shut down. I texted a group of people and I was like, listen guys, like we can continue working for someone else, or we can try to do this on our own. And the whole goal of everything is just to be give as high quality product as possible. I think as far as training goes, there's a lot of people out there who tend to give training a bad name. There's a lot of people who have bad experiences with gyms, especially commercial gyms and commercial gym trainers. And what we do here is we try to bring a level of professionalism back to the industry and back to the profession that really has kind of gotten lost lately. A lot of people, everyone here has certifications, 4-year degrees, master's degrees. Everyone here is handpicked to work here. I've interviewed probably 50 people since we opened, and I've only hired one.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's me and 4 other trainers, and we just do our best to deliver the best product we can to our clients.
That's awesome. And how often is your gym open? Since it's only the 4 of you, can people come in and out whenever they want, or is it really only for personalized classes or training sessions?
So it's a personal training studio, so you're only in here if you're working with one of the other fitness professionals. More or less, it's dictated by the trainer themselves and how they want to work their schedules. Some work weekends, some work afternoons, some only work mornings. I usually get home in the afternoons because I want to be with my kids. And I work 6 a.m. till around 3 o'clock every day. But everyone else tends to work a little bit later and on weekends, so it's it's really up to the individual and what your schedule's like.
I love that. Very cool. And how do you find most of your clients find you? Are you working mostly by referral, or people in the neighborhood just walk by and?
It's actually really surprising. I leave the doors open sometimes when I'm training people.
I definitely walk by and see.
Or if I'm working out, and so many people have just poked their heads in and say, "Hey, what's up?" And that initiates a new client right there.
That's good.
We were very lucky getting started because me and the 3 other trainers that started with me all worked in the area for 10 plus years, some of us. So we all had a good clientele base from the get-go.
Yep.
You know, so once we opened, we went from 0 clients to like 80 clients like day 1.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so most of our clients right now we pick up from referrals.
Okay.
We try to, you know, utilize social media as much as possible to try to get the word out. We try to do community events. We do a lot of philanthropy stuff through Barks and through the SOBO Little Leagues. We try to, you know, just try to be as much part of the community and the neighborhood as we can.
Definitely. Now this building has some history too. So how did you guys end up here?
So apparently prior to us being here, this building is very old. This was the Longshoremen's Union Hall.
Yep.
And I actually trained some longshoremen that worked in this building.
I saw the video.
Yeah,
that was really cool. Yeah.
We found this building. I was actually working down at Latrobe Park during COVID and training clients. And one of the trainers that works here also, Tony Stripmatter, he came down and he's like, hey, you gotta check this big building out. And we came down and it was like no windows, there was like holes in the ceiling. It was like, I was like, I don't know, man. But as soon as I walked in, I was like, this is perfect. It's a big open space.
Yeah, it's amazing.
2 levels, all big open spaces. And just, you know, just waiting to become a gym, really.
That's cool. Do you have more gym upstairs or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so upstairs, downstairs is where the majority of like the one-on-one training happens.
Sure.
Upstairs is where most of the classes. It's also Allie's attic, or one of our other trainers, Allie Melnick.
Yeah.
She hangs out up there a lot, trains a lot of her clients up there, as well as Glenn Squirrel. But yeah, it's a big open space upstairs, more for movement, more for, you know, playing around, getting a lot of other, you know, bigger classes going.
Cool.
Down here is usually, you know, one-on-one training or small group.
That's awesome. Yeah. So is this kind of your zone down here mostly, would you say?
Yeah, I'm down here most of the time, but I go upstairs plenty. You know, it's we actually have 2 treatment rooms upstairs as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
and I heard some massage therapy too?
That was exactly what we're trying to get to develop here, is have a one-stop shop for health and wellness. You know, I have the physical therapist here, the massage therapist. I'm working on outfitting the downstairs to have a sauna and a cold plunge.
Cool.
So that's in the future. But yeah, it's all just trying to build the best possible health and wellness center we can.
Yeah. And do you have a nutritionist as well?
We do, yes.
Yep.
Optimal Health Alliance is our nutritionist.
That's good.
And we partner with RHW in Canton.
Okay.
We have a chiropractor partnership. We work with a lot of people in the community, and we try to get as involved as we can.
I love that.
Yeah.
So would you say the community is your favorite part of being here?
Oh yeah, I love SOBO. Yeah, I love Locust Point. You know, everything about this community is like, my grandfather actually worked down here and lived down here when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Our other trainer, Allie, her entire family's from this area.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's like, it's pretty cool to kind of give back to the community that like, you know, I grew up right on the other side near Canton, and you know, in Sparrows Point. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great community, great people. Everyone here is really cool. Everyone's really nice. I love leaving the doors open so people can poke their heads in and say hi.
For sure.
You know, even if they don't want to be a client, some people just say, hey, I just wanted to check the space out, and they come walk around. And
it was always really interesting just walking by when you guys were building out the space for what you needed it for, just to see all the activity and fun stuff going on. So that's cool. I can't believe it's been 2 years already, which is wild.
I know, it's really wild, because I never expected to be a business owner, but I saw the limitations of working in a commercial gym, so I wanted to offer more to my clients.
That's amazing. Awesome. Well, what are some typical workouts that you go through with your clients?
So really a typical workout with, you know, it really depends on the individual's education level in fitness and strength and sports. Their injury background, if they have any previous injuries that we need to focus on first, how they move generally. Most people don't realize that they develop a lot of asymmetries and inconsistencies in their movement patterns over, you know, it could happen when you're in kindergarten, spraining your ankle and you start, you know, limping a little bit weird, and that travels with you the rest of your life. So, you know, all of a sudden you have back pain or knee pain or hip pain. And you know, it all started from that simple little broken toe or whatever that happened. So we test, we build the program out based off of the testing results, and then we retest, and then we keep adjusting the programs from there.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we have progressions and regressions for everything that we do. A typical workout would probably focus on, this is a movement prep area. I don't like calling it a warm-up because I want it to be a little bit more focused than that.
Sure.
We do a lot of active dynamic warm-ups. That's also when you focus on whatever bumps and bruises you might have in the previous workout or from whatever athletic event you were attending.
Yeah, like rugby.
Yeah, like I'm all beat up from rugby. Yeah, we have a few rugby players here. And then we'll go from our movement prep to our more active dynamic movements like a kettlebell swing or running or moving on one of the pieces of equipment, get the blood pumping a little bit and get a little bit more into the pattern that we're going for that day.
Yeah.
Then we have our primary lifts, our secondary lifts, our core movements, our cardio, and then another session of stretching if necessary.
Okay. That's awesome. I know, I feel like I'm getting older, so my, strength is okay, maybe, but stretching, I really need to stretch more.
Yeah.
So I'm sure all of it like just combines and
oh yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, it's all, all the little pieces of the fitness puzzle kind of have to fit into the one big part of it. A lot of people tend to focus on one thing a lot. Like people are runners. I only run. I run 3 days a week. I run this amount of distance. And then all of a sudden, real slowly, your knee starts bothering you. Your back starts bothering you. It's because you're not doing the other things that are also necessary to maintain that ability to run for that distance. You have to strength train. You have to mobilize. You have to stretch. You have to keep your body loose. Yeah.
It's like a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
That's what you guys are here for.
It really is. It really is. Yeah.
Nice. Well, do you want to maybe show us around some of the equipment?
How about I show you how to do a deadlift real quick?
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Sound like fun?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll grab our 28 kilo kettlebell. So you're gonna set up directly over top the kettlebell, and if I look down, it should be gone. I should not be able to see the kettlebell. I want it as close to my center of mass as possible. From there, I'm gonna push my hips back. I'm gonna drive my knees out. I'm gonna grip the ground with my feet. Okay?
No, I should take my shoes off.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Okay.
But more or less, you're trying to get really stable on your feet.
Okay.
From there, I'm gonna drop my hips down, grab the weight, and break the handle in half. Okay, and real slowly, like a rocket ship taking off, I'm gonna push the earth away and finish tall at the top.
Okay.
And then nothing moves from the waist up. I'm just dropping my hips straight back, bending my knees, and pushing my knees out.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let's give it a try.
Thanks.
So directly over top.
Seem okay?
Yep. Real slow. So stand back up.
Sorry.
That's okay.
See, this is why we need to do it.
Fingertips on the hips. Push the hips back. Drive the knees out as you go back. Good. Very good. Hold that. Now break that handle in half. Hard. That's it. Shoulders down. There we go. Now real slowly push the earth away. And then squeeze tight at the top.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Deadlift.
Hips back.
That's 62-pound kettlebell.
That's 62 pounds?
Yeah. Feels light, right, when you do it right?
It does.
Because you're lifting it with your legs and a lot of people mess up, they lift with their back.
Right. Okay. All right, so if I'm pushing out, breaking this, and then...
Yep. You're creating that external force with your femurs. That's the whole reason why human beings have big butts.
Ah.
Yeah, because we're upright.
So work on this more.
Yeah.
All right, so I always want to
Yeah, there you go. Well done. Very good.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that was easy.
All right, I know.
You're a quick learner.
Thanks. Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. 62 pounds?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
I was worried. When you said kilos, I was like, how much does that equal in pounds?
Yeah, kettlebells everything's in kilos and pounds. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Do we want to look upstairs at all? Or do you want people to see what's up there?
Sure.
Right, this looks awesome. It's so open and so bright up here.
Yes, this is Allie's attic.
Nice.
So this is where Coach Allie hangs out. She's got her kettlebell over there.
That's so cool. So many kettlebells. Yeah, you weren't lying.
So she does the majority of our large group training.
Okay.
She also does off-site training every now and then for large classes. She has a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is we have our treatment rooms here. Not a ton of equipment up here. Like I said, we try to keep it open so people can move more.
Yeah, that's
keep
awesome.
It a little more active.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Any like sprints and up here?
Some of the kids, yeah, the kids are always sprinting. Yeah.
I saw my buddy Julian was here.
Oh, you know Julian?
Yep.
Yeah. His mom. I've been training his mom Natalia for probably almost 10 years.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, she's great. Helped them buy a house.
Wow, no way.
And sell their other one too. So
very cool.
That was awesome. Yeah, they're wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you have kids all year round, or is it mostly in the summer?
So we implemented the youth training this summer. So this is our first year doing it.
Nice.
We're definitely going to keep it going because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And getting kids started in fitness early is immensely important. It really upsets me that it's not more of a normal thing.
Yeah.
That kids don't get into that early. Like it's almost like foreign to a kid to step into a gym.
Yeah.
And it should feel very comfortable to come into a gym setting and focus on your fitness and your health.
That's very true. It can be intimidating for a lot of people, not even just kids.
Absolutely.
So actually to adults who even are kind of scared to walk into a gym, I mean, you seem, like you love it, you're personable, but like what, I guess, words of wisdom do you have or encouragement for someone who maybe is like thought about getting out of their house, but kind of unsure to like take that next step?
I personally think that that's not a bad thing to be a little bit, not intimidated by, but a little bit hesitant to do.
Sure.
Because like I said, there's so many horror stories of bad commercial gyms and bad trainers who just you want to take as much of your money as possible and kick you out the door. Do your research. It's really important to find people who have the certifications, who have the knowledge, who work with individuals who might be similar to what you have going on. If you're an older person and you never stepped foot in a gym in your life and you're realizing that it's only going to continue to get harder and you have to start doing something.
Yeah.
It's hard to get started, but it's really important to get started. I have so many clients who started in their 60s and their 70s who their lives have changed because they've gotten stronger.
Sure, I'm sure,
what I mean? And I feel great that being a part of that, but the real thing is it's about them. It's about them being able to get down on the ground with their kids and their grandkids and
absolutely
run around with them and enjoy life.
Yeah. I know it's tough getting old, but hey, at least if you can be here and just work on your fitness, it should not be as tough, right?
Sure, absolutely.
That's cool. I know my kids we have 2 little boys and they would love to just run around this place and think they're doing push-ups and squats and all this stuff.
My kids come and they line up all the balls and try to roll across them and then throw them at each other. So that's how a gym should be though. It should be fun. It should be a lot of fun.
We should have a play date. Just bring a bunch of kids in here. That'd be fun.
Just block off the stairs and we're good.
That is very true. So James, if somebody wanted to find you and kind of get started here, how would they do that?
So there's a couple of different avenues you can take. You can message us on Instagram. Some people do that.
Okay.
You can poke your head in the door and say you're interested and we can give you a card. You can email us. But more or less, as soon as you contact us, is usually you're talking to me first and I'll ask you, what are you interested in? What are your hours of availability?
Sure. And
depending on that, I'll set you up with a trainer I think will work best with you and will work best with their time as well.
Cool.
Then you'll come in and you'll have a free consultation, totally free consultation, where you just sit down and you talk with the trainer. You discuss, any kind of issues you might be dealing with, your goals, your times for availability. And you schedule from there. We don't post prices online because it's so variable depending on how often you train, how long your sessions are, how many people are in if you're doing one-on-one, small group, or classes, it gets really confusing. And some people get a little bit turned off by that, but it would be so confusing to put a giant restaurant menu of pricing on there.
Right.
So that's not some tricky trainer thing. That's just it's a lot easier to talk about it.
Sure.
And if it's easier to talk on the phone about what you're looking for, we can do that as well.
Okay.
But yeah, we're located at 1104 Hall Street.
Okay.
Like you said, right across from Under Armour.
Yep.
So yeah.
Cool. And you mentioned they could email you, find you on Instagram. what are those email addresses and Instagram?
Our email address is sobostrong@gmail.com. Our Instagram handle is @sobostrong. And either of those, you know, they're monitored nonstop.
Okay.
So if you have a question of any type, you can just shoot that over real quick, and I'll answer it, or one of the other trainers.
Awesome.
And we'll get any kind of information you're interested in.
Cool. And I know I love that when I called you, you just answer. That's
Yeah.
great. Not a lot of people actually answer their phone. So kudos to you, James. Well, this space is gorgeous. It sounds like you're running a really great ship here. So thank you for having us. And to everyone out there watching, please come visit them, pop your head in the door, find them on social media, like and follow, and just see all the awesome videos and content they're putting out about the great stuff they're doing in here. So thank you again, James, and we'll see you soon.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time, watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen. Make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in from the